WBNT, Channel 5, Boston. Now in stereo.
Video games are the latest craze to sweep the country and most of the world, too. Millions of people are addicted to hours of gazing at electronic images on game screens in arcades and in their own homes. What makes video games so popular? Well, we search for an answer as we begin a special series on Video Fever, games people play.
Part of the fascination is the way the games are designed. Part of it is the sound.
I like the details on it. There's good details on the games.
Electronics is changing so rapidly. With each change in electronics, it brings something new. So this is not a passing fad. It's a very tough dollar. It's getting tougher. It's not easy. We all want that same buck.
Video games, in a sense, are addictive. Not like drugs, more like the need to jog.
Peer relationships, a source of self-esteem, enjoyment in life, are wrapped up in video games, just as they might be in bowling, running with your cronies with whom you run every Sunday or something of this sort. I have not met anybody who can't go through the day in withdrawal from video games.
When you walk into an arcade, any arcade, come with an open mind. An open mind is easy to expand. Question: is it fair to blame juvenile delinquency on the video game craze?
Kids who have not been good at much of anything else. Some of them have turned out to be exceptionally good at some of these video games. Talk about their high scores and their achievements as the most esteemed building activity in their entire life.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the All-Star Trials presented by Star Esports. My name is Shy Guy, and I will be one of maybe your only caster this evening. We'll figure that out pretty shortly. But we've got some very interesting Overwatch coming your way this evening. It's going to be a matchup between two excellent teams that we have to showcase here tonight. Orb taking on Empire Gaming. Two teams I'm very excited to get to see for the first time. I've seen a few of the players on some of these teams before, but not in these exact configurations. So it's going to be fascinating for me to watch, and I hope that you guys are going to enjoy it as well. We have already had a couple of weeks of competition going on. And in the division that we've got going on here tonight, Division 1, Orb has finished 1-1, winning their first match in a 4-0 sweep, and then getting swept themselves last week. Empire kind of on the opposite trajectory, getting swept in week 1, and then last week taking a 3-1 victory. So they're on the up and up. And someone who can probably tell me a little bit more about that is joining me now. It's going to be Jay from Empire Gaming. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going? Glad to be here.
Yeah, we are very excited to have you here, and thank you for giving us a little bit of your time before the match gets underway. So let's talk a little bit about Empire Gaming, and specifically, let's talk about your role in Empire Gaming. What exactly are you doing? You know, explain to the people at home what your position is and what you do for the team.
So I'm the owner and founder of Empire. I work closely with the coaches of the team, more so than the players, to kind of help manage everything. And on top of that, I also run the social media accounts and help make the graphics for it. So I'm the owner, but I also wear many hats within the organization.
Well, I mean, that's just the way it is when we're talking tier 3 esports. You gotta be the kind of person who can go into multiple roles. So I'm sure that Empire is happy to have someone as multi-talented as yourself. Let's talk a little bit about what your goals as an organization and your goals for this Overwatch roster are, both in the near and kind of the long term. What is it that Empire Gaming is trying to do with?
Yeah, so this Overwatch roster actually was our academy team last Open Division. Once that Open Division team kind of defused, this became our main roster, and they've been working their tails off. Our last Open Division team got to the playoffs last season, but lost to Wave Check, who, as most people know, is a stellar team, so it wasn't necessarily a troubling loss. But we're hoping to make it into the top of Overwatch Open Division this coming season, and I think they can do that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams here at the All-Star Trials trying to gear up for the coming Open Division season, whenever that might actually be occurring. How is your team kind of preparing for what is on the horizon in terms of the shift from kind of the anything goes free-for-all meta that we've had into the more structured 2-2-2 that is about to be in play?
So some of the members were sad to see GOATs go, but overall I think the general feel was that they are happy with the 2-2-2 lock. I'm a personal fan of it after watching OWL these past 2 weekends. 2-2-2 is more exciting from a viewer standpoint. I don't know how the players overall feel, but how they're gearing up for this is just insane amounts of practice. Every time I talk to them, they're practicing. They stress to me how much they're working. They're going 6 days a week sometimes. So they're just trying to figure out this 2-2-2 lock, and figuring out the best meta right now.
Okay, so since we might be seeing a little bit more of those DPS picks in the near future, who should we be keeping an eye on your team, to really pop off when it comes to those damage dealers?
I think NKN got it. I was looking at your Twipic MVP poll. I think N belongs on it.
Okay, well, he's gonna have to earn it, because that is not just something we hand out willy-nilly. The viewers at home have to believe that he's the deserving candidate. So we'll see if NKN can go out there and deserve it and earn it here tonight. It'll be fascinating to watch. Jay, I want to thank you for joining us for the game. I'm gonna let you get along and go enjoy the match here tonight. We appreciate having you.
No problem, man. Thank you guys for having me, and enjoy the match.
Yeah, it absolutely will be an enjoyable one, and it looks like I might be joined by my co-caster now. Moshi Man, are you there?
I'm just wondering if I still sound like a big old robot.
We are. It's a little bit, but you are definitely much better than you were. I can make you out now. We're on the up and up at least.
All right, I'll do my best to hear. Of course, technical difficulties never go without, last minute happenings. So I hope this didn't cause too much of a delay for you guys, and you guys enjoy the interview. So I'll come into the game soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're still waiting to get underway here. All the teams kind of getting prepared. So we've got a little bit of time to chat and a little bit of time to kill here. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the topic of the day, which of course is 222. And now we aren't seeing that in this tournament just yet. We aren't having 222 in until it becomes live on the Overwatch servers. We're still seeing it on PTR. We are seeing it in the Overwatch League. But it's still starting to make its way into the game as a whole. We're seeing way more DPS than we have in the past. Do you think this is ultimately going to be a very good thing for Overwatch?
I think it's going to be a good thing, regardless of how it changes the meta of Overwatch and how the game is played. I think it's a good thing initially because a lot of people just want it, right? So you have people like streamers and players that want to have not roll lock, but 222 and potentially roll queue on like in queue on competitive in Overwatch, and then for competitive Overwatch league style, I think it's going to bring a lot of people into leagues, just bringing people back to the game, and that's what Overwatch needs at this point. Some people have expressed, I've heard musings, just people are not having fun. Like I saw a thread on Reddit that said how to have fun in Overwatch, like an instructional guide to have. And if you need that kind of thing for Overwatch, there might be something going on. The company's connected and they're not doing what the community wants, and this is one of the first major things that Blizzard has done for Overwatch recently that has driven so much positive community feedback. That bringing the number of players back to the game, they have a huge opportunity to change a lot of things right after the 222 lock. So if they can use this as springboard for further positive changes, I think that's going to be the best route for Overwatch to take. Yeah, and 222 is the major factor.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think it's going to be super healthy for the long-term structure of the game, just in terms of having the ability and consistency that 222 brings to both playing and watching Overwatch. It's just going to give it more of a defined feeling, and I think that's only going to be a good thing to really kind of nail down. But enough of our blathering on. We actually have a game in front of us now.
Yep, here we are on Oasis, one of the King of the Hill maps, control point maps, to use to TF2, that has kind of, it's aesthetically pleasing. Are there any meta picks that you're expecting here on the map?
No, the Pharah is something that really works here on Oasis in particular, especially where we're starting out on Gardens, and it looks like both teams going to be breaking that out alongside the Orisa with as the main tank. So very normal in the current meta there. They're doing a lot of traditional stuff right now, or stuff that we are used to seeing, but it's going to be very fun to watch all these DPS.
Yeah, definitely. We even have a Doomfist here on this map. He's going to try to get some punches in. Looks like he's going after supports right now. Oh, what a sleep.
That is absolutely beautiful coming in from Junk Panda. So now that is going to be Empire moving in onto the point aggressively. They've got the 5v6. They've got the position, and Shadow gets the kill onto the Mercy. Calculated goes down. The Empire take control first.
Yeah, it looks like they're pushing them out there through that small health kit area. And this is a pretty common spot we see teams hold, is right through this choke of the double pillars. But you can see the Pharahs in the air trying to get some spam damage. If they can get a pick on, port or suppress one of those Widowmaker, they can potentially use that as a way to push in at the first sign of weakness. But looks like they have moved up significantly. Looks like they had enough damage to kind of force them out of position, as the Pharah is alone and Shadow does go down above the point.
Brute Chop really just popping off right now. Gets a double kill onto the 2 DPS. That rocket barrage and the nano boost onto Rikosh is going to be more than enough for Orb to come in here and get a pretty quick retake. 49% on the board is not bad for Empire by any means, but now they have to do the dislodging.
Yeah, and that's of course the most difficult part of Overwatch, trying to push your way into this bunkered up shield and pulled pork combo hog goodness. And but if you look at the alts here, we do have Empire with almost 4 alts, almost 5 alts, which is like a 3 alt advantage. Maybe 2 alts here with Chikarion coming up in his Meteor Strike.
Yeah, they'll have to put those ults to good use, but it's going to be the supercharger out from Finchu to kick things off for Empire. Chikarion gets into the backline, takes down Junk Panda, and now we've got a pretty even fight on our hands. NK in, starting to hit those shots on the Widowmaker. Last time Brute Chop got the better of him, but still Orb just at bay for the time being, having to wait it out before they can really get an entry here.
Yeah, looks like Roadhog kind of off on his own. It would be really bad if he got staggered and picked off here. Looks like looks like Orb has noticed, and they definitely took him out. Oh, Brute Chop getting a nice snipe on NKN here.
Yeah, they just keep pushing forward. They knew they had Continuum in an awkward spot there in the mega health pack room, able to surround him, stun him up enough to secure that kill and stagger out Empire pretty badly here.
Yeah, that's definitely harmful to their time. But if you look at the ult advantage again, it's 4 versus 2. If they can leverage these ults here right as they push in, they can definitely win this point. Ooh,
the dueling rocket barrage is coming out, but neither of them getting anything, but Brute Chop finding everything. He's wrapped around the back as Empire pushed in and just hits all the shots. Rikosh gets the nano boost as well, and more than capable of cleaning up.
Yeah, looks like Lucio kind of doing some desperation plays here. Pretty good attempt. Oh, Hammond trying to get to the point. Looks like it's going to go to Orb. 1-0 on Oasis here. Not 1-0, but you know what I mean. 1-0 on the round score.
We're 1-0 on Oasis. We're not done with the first map yet, so Empire still, of course, have an opportunity to turn things around here. But no more breathing room as we head over to City Center. Things going to open up a lot here in terms of the size of the point, the amount of area that you can kind of cover on this map, much larger. So we see now Empire going over to a dive setup here in anticipation of that. They are, valuing mobility overall with this composition.
Yeah, definitely. They want to take that high ground like we see so many teams do on to the right of the point. If you're looking from Orb's side here. It's just such a significant, power advantage as you look over the whole point there. Takes care of the jump pad and the mini health pack. Empire going to get there first. Orb looking like they're wanting to rotate to the point and kind of put some pressure to draw Empire to them. And they're doing a good job of that. But Empire is also pushing them back in almost, you know, to their to the road there. And
yeah, Brute Chop went in a little too deep. He was trying to be aggressive at the start, but it cost his team the first kill. They have to give up ground as a result, and they lose the first cap.
Yeah, they do definitely lose that. As you can see, they're still on the Orisa plan, which is not the most vertically mobile tank. It's interesting to see the difference in mobility here, the dive versus the Orisa. Just there's no hog, so I don't really know. It's just the 2-2-2 comp here. You can see how D.Va is just harassing the supports, and you have Moira moving around and just able to dive that main tank.
Yeah, Brute Chop going to come up with the opening picks here again. He is having such an impact in this map so far on the Widowmaker. Gets two to start off this fight, and now Rikosh hovering over, looking to hunt down stragglers as they need to finish these kills pretty quickly to prevent any stall coming out from Empire.
Yeah, D.Va doing her best there on the stall aspect, taking them almost to 50%. While they respawn and attempt to regroup. I think the dive is working pretty well. You know, they got so far here, but will they be able to retake against the support crushing Doomfist and the halting Orisa? Like, are they going to be able to break through that combo and deal enough damage? Oh, Winston going in kind of alone, but you have a barrage on the back line. What's going to happen here?
Doesn't find anything, and gosh, actually pays for his insolence there. Go down in the middle of that ultimate, but Brute Chop has his back once again, taking down NKN. And with Jakarion wreaking havoc in the background, that's going to be Empire just having to back out once again.
Yeah, we see a lot of pressure from Jakarion here. He's timing his divings in very well, you know, right kind of as the team is splitting up. He gets a little distracted. Oh, here's a big blade out from Shadow.
But he goes after Jakarion. That's not the target you want. He can get away from you, my friend, but still Empire still finding the kills here. They've got a 4v5 advantage, and with that kill onto Rikosh, it's going to be hard for Orb to really keep control here. They are falling one by one. Finchu just buying a little bit of time here, but a pretty solid retake there for Empire.
Yeah, we see Shadow cleaning up a few of the tanks here, putting him back almost 45%. Oh, down to up to 55% on his ult. He's gonna probably have a blade for the next big fight. Empire looking really strong with 3 ultimates here. Now switching to the Zarya. I think they want to hold this point as opposed to be mobile, and notice that probably notice that Rikosh is now on Roadhog as well, so they're back to their classic combination.
And Jakarion off the Doomfist as well, picking up that Pharah, but the bomb into the back only gonna find Brute Chop, but that could be more than enough for Empire here. They get halted in, but no one going down just yet. We're back to 6v6. A K goes down, gets stunned up and dealt with. The front line is basically gone for Empire, and they're gonna need a miracle to turn this one around. They've still got a Nano Blade in the back pocket though.
Yeah, I don't think the Nano Blade would be a good decision right now. They have plenty of time to save it for the next fight. You know, only at 66%. They're doing a good job stalling, letting the rest of their team respawn, and they're only going to have one. They're only going to have one player. Dragon. Pseudo. Gonna have to wait for Pseudo, but he has speed boost anyways. He'll be able to join the fight quickly, which is exactly what Empire. 80% on the clock. Getting down to the last wire.
Yeah, they're going to have one real good opportunity to go in here. It's going to be that Nano Blade, but the High Noon is out. He gets Brute Chop in the middle of that ultimate. Budget ML7 goes down. Rikosh, the whole hog not quite there to push him away, and the kills are flowing in for Empire. They look like they want to force it to a third map here.
Oh, Jakarion trying to get a barrage off at the last second to secure the point, but that means that Empire is going to take this point 1-1 here on Oasis, with going to map 3.
And now we're going to be headed to University to close things out, and this is a point that plays very differently from the other two here on Oasis. Much more enclosed, much more about the kind of frontline battle. It's much harder to get flanks on a point like this. So it'll be interesting to see how these teams adjust. And that's how it's going to be. Shadow over to the Mei, NKN onto the Torbjorn.
Very interesting composition, but you know the Torb can take advantage of this high ground to the right of the point, depending on where you're looking from. But looks like they're gonna take that quickly as possible while Empire rotates to the left side.
Yeah, Brute Chop coming around on the flank with the Reaper from the back. He's in deep right now, has to Wraith form away pretty quickly, but he causes some disruption. And with that, Orb have the early advantage on the point. They get the halt hook onto a K, and that's probably it for fight number 1.
Yeah, Empire has a couple people down here. Definitely going to be forced back. That Reaper distraction it probably freaked him out a little bit. Brute Chop just able to, go like shadow away. So no loss from Orb, but Empire more of a mental blow, and I think it caused them to put their focus. And you can see Brute Chop kind of waiting to get maybe a pick on a sword or deal damage into that tank, but he is noticed by Empire.
Yeah, so he's just back with his team, but the amplification matrix out from Calculated is going to give them a lot of extra damage. They use it to take down Shadow, and that hook does allow Empire to push in here and even up the score in terms of kills, but that Blizzard out from Jakarion zones them all away, freezes them up, and that's going to secure the win.
Yeah, that was a pretty decisive battle there. Really nice Mei wall from Jakarion. To counter the Blizzard from who was playing Mei on Empire, but it looks like trading an ult for a cooldown is a really good trade.
Absolutely, and Shadow loses that ultimate for pretty much nothing, so now back over to the Pharah. Wants to take advantage of the lack of range damage on the side of Orb. Brute Chop just walks into the front line, uses the Death Blossom, but pays for it, goes down to NKN, who unleashes the Molten Core, denying a lot of space over to Orb. They're having to fall back a little bit, but they've still got that Supercharger to keep their attacks hitting hard.
Yeah, Orisa and Hog going to be able to do a ton of damage through that, but not enough to keep Empire off of the point.
Yeah, they just kept losing
Orb,
people.
Though. I know.
They tried to commit ultimates to hold on there, but it doesn't happen. Continuum goes a bit too deep, trying to get the hook in a pick, gets punished.
That's a huge punish for Orb. Orb is going to be able to probably push off of that with this nano.
Yeah, the Supercharger is giving Empire a chance here, but nope, the whole Hog just going to push everyone away, destroys the shield. A K now all on his own on the point.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for that stall there. Is Empire going to make it? Yeah, I don't think Empire is going to make it. There's just too much CC, and if they try to trickle in, there's going to be...
Shadow triggers the overtime, but can't last very long, all on his lonesome. He allows his supports to get into the fray, and Pseudo even gets the res off to buy some time, but it's kind of futile here for Empire.
Yeah, there's just too much everything coming from Orb, and that's going to put them at the 2-1 victory on Oasis. So great job, great gameplay there. Pretty close match.
Absolutely. Empire showed quite a bit of fight on those final 2 maps, but I think, on this final point of University, Orb just got so entrenched based off of that first fight that it's so hard to turn an assault or a control map around, rather. And once you've lost control, it's so hard to push in. It's so hard to catch up in terms of percentage. You have to be winning fights incredibly cleanly, and that just wasn't quite the case for Empire there at the end. So, as you said, Orb taking the 1-0 lead here to start off the series and kick things off right for this evening.
Yeah, really great to see. That means they have earned 3 points in the inning.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. No, that's exactly what exactly the case. And now we are headed away from control, going to assault now. Horizon Lunar Colony going to be the map as we head into an opportunity for Empire to tie things up at half.
Yeah, definitely a map that can kind of swing either way. It's hard to predict what happens on Horizon for me. Either you get rolled or you stall out for 10 minutes, like Grind Fest, and there's lots of little interaction between, ults from both sides, or the attackers just have that huge amount of momentum moving onto the last point from the first one, and the defense may not be able to recover, depending on how they switch their team comp, spots. So they have to be careful with their timing.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly have no clue what this map is going to look like because I legitimately haven't seen Horizon Lunar Colony played in a tournament setting since GOATS was a thing. It's been quite a while for me personally, at least. So I really don't know exactly what to expect. This is a map that gets banned a lot whenever it's in map pools. But they don't have the option here. We have a predetermined map pool tonight, so we're playing it no matter what. This is gonna be fun though. I'm excited to see it. I imagine the Orisa Hog is going to be the backbone of a lot of defensive compositions here. It's just how do you choose to push into that is the interesting question to me.
Yeah, we've seen the strength of the Orisa Hog defense and the lack, I don't want to say lack of success, but when you're mirroring that between both teams, there's only so much that you can do with an Orisa Hog. But on an attack, like in a control point, because maybe you want to run the comp because you have the mirrored sides, but on the attack defense, one team is clearly has a different objective than the other, and it doesn't like switch in the middle. So the team can be very dedicated to a specific task, and they want to break that shield, they want to break that position out. And it looks like we're going to see the Symmetra, so we're probably going to look for some teleporter strats.
I like it.
On Zuko.
How exactly are they going to use this? This, I think, is kind of too large of a gap to cross.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to go to the point.
They do get to the point, but they've lost Junk Panda in the process, so now the rotation coming in from Orb over to the high ground, they give up a tick, they give up a second tier before dropping down, and now they're right in the middle of all these tanks from the side of Orb, of the side of Empire, but it looks like they're going to be successful in repelling them for now.
Yeah, definitely a scrappy fight, and fairly well executed from Empire. I mean, they got 2 ticks, and that's huge. And if they try to, they're not going to be able to do that again, right? And it looks like they're going to continue their push here with the Moira ult. Wow.
That was ill-advised. They were so far down in terms of manpower, and they throw 2 more ultimates. Both the Amp Matrix was from Orb, but they use that Coalescence, which, yes, it charges quickly, but it's a good ultimate when you're running this triple tank composition, so I'm surprised they threw that in.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me too. It had looked like the fight was lost. Empire had lost.
It was.
Yeah, and they should have really backed up, but they didn't.
And now they're dealing with Jakarion back on that Doomfist. Brute Chop, though, the one to get the kills. It doesn't seem no matter what hit scan he plays, he's gonna find shots onto Empire right now, and they can't even get in this time.
Yeah, he cleaned up. Brute Chop cleaned up the last fight on it. She got like 3 kills right in the middle of the fight.
Yeah,
Ash can do a ton. Yeah, I know. Ash can do a ton of damage just by hitting her headshot. You don't I feel like I don't realize it, but I get 2-shot by Ash all the time. Headshot, body shot.
Yeah, I mean, when he's got that damage boost, he can one-shot you, so it's incredibly dangerous. But now look, Empire swaps every single hero in their lineup. They give up every bit of ultimate charge they had in their arsenal, and still not really working out so far. Brute Chop hits the headshot, takes NKN out of the fight, but the res will bring him back. But now Empire pushing into the supercharger. They're just going to wait it out, I think.
Oh, definitely. That's the plan. If the supercharger can't see them, they can just hold that high ground forever. wait for it to go down, get some more ult charge, and just dive in on the back line.
And that's exactly what they're gonna do. They take down Brute Chop, eliminate enemy number 1 is gone. But now this whole hog out from Rikosh is zoning them away. Doesn't allow Continuum to get much use out of that nano boost. He's now gone very, very low at this point. The Meteor Strike gets Jakarion back in with his team, and they are holding on, but Budget ML7 goes down, so they've lost quite a bit of healing here.
Yeah, Mercy valking on the back line, kind of to recover. If she's going to have the support for that, that could work out, but they have to group up and push because they only have 40 seconds left.
The Bob is out from Brute Chop, but he's been dealt with once again. So now Empire slowly but surely seems to be whittling down Orb here. The spawns are so far away for the defense, and they are going to be able to get this third tick.
There we go. With about 30 seconds left, they were able to get that in. An early, kind of a middle of the fight, early-ish pick there onto Mercy. I believe that was calculated AF. Was probably one of the key deciding factors here. But lots of stuff coming out from both teams here on the last point.
Absolutely. Empire just going to bring that momentum right into point B. They've gotten 3 kills to start this one off. Now looking to close in on Rikosh. They are going to be able to take him down, and Budget ML7 is in the sights as well. So Empire, they took a while to get point A, but now they seem to be doing quite well here on point B.
Yeah, they are hungry, and Orb spawns can barely keep up with the pressure they're applying. Reinhardt, as we saw, charged across the point, but he went down, and that's a huge thing to lose your Reinhardt. Are they going to be able to make it? Doomfist coming in, he goes down.
That's it.
Very close, very close. Amazing last push. Amazing momentum, you know, from Empire there. That's probably going to give them a lot of confidence, I think, going into the defense, which is super important.
Absolutely. I mean, this is exactly what you were talking about at the beginning of the map. This is how Assault goes. You can get stonewalled almost the entire time on point A, but if you have the right combo of ultimates and you have the momentum rolling into point B, you can absolutely finish with time in the bank, even if you struggled to crack through the defense the first time around. That's exactly what Empire does, and it's exactly what they needed in this series to try to even things up here. A good attack is going to give them, a great opportunity to take the snap.
Yeah, I agree with you very much. The teleporter strat on first point was very effective. 2 ticks is nothing to scoff at for one fight, but I think their second push with the Moira ult really did them no favor. Once they switched compositions, if they had been rolling with that from when they Moira ulted, when they used Coalescence, I think they would have had a lot more success and more time. But in the end, it didn't even matter.
Yeah, they are able to finish the map, which means no matter what, they could get an extra attack here. That only happens, of course, if Orb is able to finish things off here. And I'm excited to see what they break out on their attack. Is this real life? No. Something has to be changing here, and I don't know why. I think they're just waiting on the scout. Brute Chop out there getting some information. Now they go on to the real comp. It's going to be a dive here for them, with Brute Chop still, of course, on that Sombra.
Yeah, gonna try to use the cover of the left side of the map. On the right side of the map.
Okay, NKN saw what Brute Chop was doing last round, wants a piece of that action, gets the headshot in, one shot, and Jakarion out of the fight. And now, if you're Orb, you got to find a way to get out of here. You can't fight a 4v6, expect anything good to happen. Finchu gonna get hooked in and dealt with quickly.
Yeah, and that fight was lost as soon as probably Brute Chop went down. I mean, maybe when Jakarion went down, but Brute Chop going down and seal the deal, and they realized they had to leave. You could tell.
Calculated is still behind them right now, and he gets caught out. The halt is there. He's in danger. Is maybe going to be able to skate away with his life, but that was risky to stick around. But now they do have the high ground, so they've got a staging ground for their attack.
Yep, they just need to know where to jump next. Brute Shot probably going to try to get the hack in. And we see
I think they're waiting on the mech for Rikosh. Oh, no. Jakarion gets taken down again. Just as the mech comes back in for Rikosh, it all falls apart for Orb.
Oh, no.
This has been absolutely brutal so far. I mean, they don't have anything going for them.
I agree. I don't think that the hack from Brute Chop is doing too many things against Empire's composition right now.
Oh no, now he's in a trap! Jakarion saves him with the deflect though, thank God.
Oh my God. That's teamwork right there. Looks like they're gonna go space.
Who says you can't be a support as a Genji? Okay, Brute Chop almost up to this EMP. This has to be the thing that they've been building up to. Like, this needs to be the moment. Unfortunately, they don't have a Dragon Blade to pair with it, or a Nano Blade to pair with it, which would be nice. But the EMP is in, but it doesn't hit that many.
Yeah, it hit a couple people, though. Orb's still looking fairly strong.
So they're pushing in at the moment, but Brute Chop is fallen. They've traded evenly at the moment. The Supercharger versus the Sound Barrier coming in from Calculated, but that Riptire going to shut down Jakarion. It's still back and forth for the time being, but it is once again going to be Empire holding on, I'm pretty sure.
Budget ML7 looking to get some cheeky sleeps there onto Continuum, but that was just some cheese. Definitely going to have to regroup and fight hard for this last fight. Let's see what they can pull out. We got a Diva Bomb, probably a good way to initiate, and no ults, no defensive ults, anything from Empire. So this is Orb's opportunity to get in there and get some stuff done.
Yeah, and they've got Empire pushed back into a corner a little bit. Jakarion coming in from the back is slicing and dicing, but the Mines and Continuum are trying to keep the twin going. For the side of Empire, they don't want to give up this point, and he's doing his best to survive, making it happen right now. They get reinforcements back in, and the defense looks like it's going to hold.
Oh my gosh, it's so close there. We have Finchu coming, trying to get to the point.
They're going to get there. It's going to be an overtime fight here. No one's going to be entirely whole as a team. The Bob on the point from NKN does give them a permanent presence there, at least until it goes away. And they've got the numbers at this point. They've got Jakarion down. Rikosh out of the mech as well. Chop can't pull anything off on the Tracer. And that tire could be the nail in the coffin for Orb as they fail to take point A, and Empire tie it up 1-1.
Oh my gosh, it's getting spicy, guys. I think this is a big turnaround. The Empire feeling good after that first roll onto the last point. Definitely gave them the chops they needed to contest their earlier loss. Let's look at this play of the game from Brute Shop here.
Ooh, I love seeing, you know, the hit skin really come back into play, and I love it in the Ashe. It's such a satisfying hero when someone is really popping off with her. The rhythm that you get into with those shots down the sights there's something kind of hypnotic about it.
Yeah, that hypnosis has evaded me on Ashe's gun. I literally have like never hit a headshot. I don't know what the deal is.
Oh, me neither. I'm so garbage with her. I'm not even like a bad hit scan. McCree and Widow are fine heroes for me, but Ashe just doesn't work, and I don't really know exactly why it is. But when someone like Brute Chop or NKN for that matter is really going to town with that hero, it's a beautiful thing to watch.
I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree. I personally think my problem is I feel like there's a delay right before it's weird. But yeah, we're going to be moving on to the next phase. It's one for Orb and one for Empire, so they're tied up. Looking like Junkertown and Orb is going to be on defense, AK on attack. Sorry, Empire on, and Escort. What do you think about Escort?
I mean, Escort in general is probably, I would say, my favorite game mode in all of Overwatch. I think it's the one that's best suited to, show what Overwatch is good. You get a lot of team fights along the way. So if you get rolled on an escort map on defense, you know that you have just gotten dominated because they had to win, multiple team fights. It's not like Assault where you win twice and you can finish the map. You've really got to earn it on escort, and I think it lends itself to kind of the most dramatic moments, overtime pushes, and the box of victory with the payload. It's perfect.
Yeah, I think I love this game mode the most as well, with of course hybrid being a close second, but there are some difficult hybrid maps. But I like the initial attack on Blizzard World.
That's true.
Strange, but Junkertown specifically, there's a lot of high ground here on the first point. Move into some open space with some ground overlooking, and you get kind of into more close quarters. So I'm expecting to see the team comps kind of shift as they move through the map, like any court. So first point we have on Orb, we have Whole Hog, Orisa Hog. Then from Empire we have extremely similar Widows on both sides, but then we have a Diva Continuum, kind of a triple tank set up here.
Yeah, that's interesting. Pseudo Gun to have her hands full on that Mercy. Whew, the tank's
AK going down.
AK does end up going down. They went very low to start up. The res will be there, but not exactly the start you were looking for.
Yeah, that feels bad. Oh, Maywall blocking that hook.
Yeah, and Brute Chop on the Widow has the comfort of the shield to work with, able to peek, get the kill onto NKN. Now going aggressive, but Shadow going to make him pay a little bit.
Yeah, definitely able to dive up there with the rest of the team, kind of uncontested. Oh, big pull onto. Oh.
Yeah,
oh, AK going down. That's huge.
Yeah, Finchu just pushes right in on top of her. Gets very aggressive. Knew that he had the Mercy pocket from Calculated, who gets the res off mid-fight, even with those dragons coming out. There's not really anything that Empire's going to be able to do. The Blizzard freezes everybody up in an easy fight win for Orb.
Yep. Good way to kind of counteract the pressure that Empire was putting there. They were already down a little bit, but the res brought them back to life. No pun intended. And they were still pretty tenacious in that fight, but able to seal the deal with the Blizzard.
Yeah, and they hold on to a good number of ultimates. 3 ready to go. Finchu about to get up to that supercharger, so pretty efficient in that last engagement as well. So they're in a solid position to keep the defense going for a while. The supercharger's out from both sides, but AK gets hooked in by Rikosh, will get eliminated. Now the Hog pushing forward with the nano boost, does get hit with the Bionade, so forced to back off a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit though. Orb still has a ton of presence on the point here. They expended a couple ultimates though, so I'm looking to see Empire definitely do a strong push here. They know that they can, so here comes the Dragons to start it off.
Yeah, that nano boost would be nice for Orb to have in their back pocket going into this fight. In Budget ML7, going to be taken down immediately by the headshot, will be res, so no harm there, but Brute Chop not going to be able to come back from the dead. AK between an ice wall and a very loud place in Rikosh, right up in his face. Just absolutely destroying the main tank there for Empire, but they get the res off and are continuing to push here.
We have the nanoed Hanzo on the back line. Oh, but this is going to be a huge Blizzard. Oh my gosh, Brute Chop taking so many people out. Jakarion in combination with that.
Yeah, that Blizzard was perfect there. Unbelievable stuff from Jakarion. And Orb gonna be able to keep this defense going. We're under a minute here, and time is slowly starting to run out for Empire.
Yeah, Empire is definitely on the cusp of not pushing the first point. 2 ults from Orb, gonna be really deadly if Continuum or anyone can't build their ult. They're gonna use Supercharger here to try to keep their position.
Yeah, it's just gonna let them, hold ground for right now. And Incan goes down, gets the res off, so we're still even. But now the time has dwindled, so this is last chance for Empire.
Yep, we got 20 seconds left on the clock. Here's a nano onto Rikosh from ML7.
Yeah, Brute gets in on the flank and gets 3 kills.
Whoa!
He's fearless right now. Goes right into the middle of the enemy team. Comes around the back at first, but this is over. Brute Chop shuts it down.
Oh my gosh, Brute Chop literally flanking Widow Genji player. Like,
Unreal.
I guess that might have not made very much sense, but Genji is the flank hero, not Widow.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, he goes into the Mega Health Pack room, and all of Empire's attention is focused forward on the front line. Rikosh had the nano boost, as you said, so rightfully drawing a lot of attention. But Brute Chop just takes advantage of it, pushes, finds the right angle, and completely denies any opportunity for Empire to keep that push going.
It's nice to see a player be so impactful on a hero that, may have kind of one, I don't want to say one play style, but flank Widow, I feel like you have to be kind of a cut above to be able to judge when that is an acceptable play, right? So
absolutely,
you have to be able to know.
It's so easy for Brute Chop to get caught out there, for Continuum to notice him and land what would not have been a difficult hook. For Shadow to notice him and to wall him off from any escape route. But he picks the perfect timing to do it. Their attention is, not 100% perfect. And, an absolutely huge individual play from Brute Chop. And I love to see it. And that, that right there is for any good things that you can say about GOATs. It was a great teamwork meta. It was phenomenal tactically to watch. It lacked plays like that.
Exactly. When you have DPS in the game, you can pop off and people die. So that's what happened.
Yeah, that was fantastic to watch. And now Orb just trying to finish things off here. They put Budget ML7 on the Bastion. They've got so much damage output coming from this team right now that the shield from AK is just getting melted immediately. They do get a hook and a sleep and a kill onto Budget ML7, so the defense handling this pretty well right now.
Brute Chop on the flank again, though. Look at this.
And yeah, how you gonna stop him? They focused all the attention once again on Budget ML7, and they should know better at this point. You can't look away from Brute Chop or he's gonna end ya. Yep.
There's the win from Orb here right before the first point. They're gonna take Junkertown with 1-0, kind of a default win. So great job there. I definitely think Pirate Ship was the right initial play to do as much damage. If Empire didn't have the answer like they didn't, then you just win, and they did.
I mean, and to be fair, it's hard to blame Empire for the way they responded to that, because the Bastion absolutely has to be priority number one in that composition. You cannot really survive unless you deal with that immediate threat. It is bearing down on you, and you have to do something about it. You can't ignore it. It's like global warming, right?
Global warming, everything, housing crisis, homelessness.
They can't do nothing.
Bunker.
Yes, the Bastion bearing down on you is tough to ignore. So that's just smart play coming out from Orb there. They know exactly what they need to do, and Brute Chop delivers.
Yeah, but their whole team delivers. It wouldn't be possible without. We've seen some great plays from Budget ML7. We've seen Jakarion dominating on Genji and on Doomfist. Really good at harassing line.
And his Mei has been good too.
Yeah, Mei is honestly one of my favorite heroes. I started playing Overwatch as a little old, flat scrub on Mei, and my favoritism towards Mei has lasted this whole time. So I love seeing innovative Mei things, especially just the simplicity of Orisa's pull and Mei ult.
Yeah, there's 3 DPS picks in this game that when they come in and really go off are always gonna make me happy. And that's Pharah, that's Mei, and that is Genji. And anytime those happen, I'm just giddy. So I absolutely love to see it. The wall is one of the best single abilities in Overwatch, just from a pure kind of creativity, and the decisions that you get to make when using that ability are off the charts.
Yeah, it's like playing Minecraft in Overwatch. You're just building blocks and changing the whole map.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we're headed to Numbani, where either Orb are going to come away with the victory here tonight, or Empire are going to be able to tie things up. If they can take this map, we end the series at 2-2, and you know, we go away wondering what could have been. But Empire's got a tough road to climb here. You know, they've been a little bit, I guess, hot and cold here tonight. They were fantastic on Horizon, but Junkertown a little shaky.
Yeah, definitely looking, I wouldn't say subpar on Junkertown, but Orb looking very dominant over Empire. Not like Empire was playing poorly. You saw they had amazing coordination, taking out the Bastion. Honestly, you know, hooked, frozen, dead, quick.
Yeah.
Orb was just ready for that. You know, they were like, okay, when this happens, we're ready. So
yeah.
I'm looking to see some exciting things coming out from Empire. They're on dive right now, and then we have Orb back on their extremely comfortable Orisa Hog composition for defense.
Yeah. I mean, and so far this, you know, the last 2 maps have both kind of been won by the defenses, and even though Brute Chop goes down, he does get rest up, but they're caught out. Brute Chop's gonna go down here.
This is huge.
That is a brutal start.
A brutal chop start.
Ayo. Brute Chop going down, and the team in a bit of trouble now. Budget ML7 gonna fall, and Empire on the road to redemption here. They are gonna get point A pretty darn easily as soon as they deal with Finchu.
Yep, only one left alive is Rikosh, and he's trying to get some damage in.
They've got 4.
They can do it. They can contest.
Jakarion comes in with the wall to buy some time. Him and Rikosh, you know, stalling for their lives, and now this is a doable fight for Orb as they push back in here, but the damage continuing to come in from the side of Empire.
With Rikosh finally down, they take the point, and that was a explosive start from Empire. No pun intended with that Ashe.
And that is beautiful to see. I absolutely love it. They punish Brute Chop for, you know, perhaps getting a little cocky there. That's not a position you expect to get punished from as an Ashe. You don't ever expect to go down. I think he might have gotten reflected or something to actually kill him that quickly, because I don't know where the damage would have come from otherwise.
Yeah, I think it was like a lucky reflect or a skilled reflect, and just like a dash, you know, who's Shadow on Genji just taking it home. If you look, oh my god, I just looked at the ult percentages on Empire here, and it is 5-3 with Junk Panda going to have Nano for this first point. So
yeah, I mean, there could be 11 ults in this coming fight, but it might actually only be the one. It's just the supercharger coming out from Finchu. Jakarion hits a headshot, and they are able to push back Empire.
Yeah, interesting here how they got pushed back so easily, but I don't know. I don't think they know exactly what they want to do yet. So they just need to take their time, have a nice clean push, and they'll be able to get. Oh, here comes the hack.
Yeah, the EMP is out from NKN, but Rikosh gets the nano boost, takes him down. Now a K gets swept up in the back, and she's dealt with. So after the initial point goes against them, Orb have stabilized nicely here on the defense.
They definitely have, and the Orisa Hog comp can really take advantage of all of the angles that you have leading up to this second point. You have the bus, you have the white car around the second point, and you even kind of have this first long corner that just so much spacing.
There's the nano blade out from Shadow. He's gonna get on to Calculated immediately. Now looking.
Oh my god!
Targets, gets 4. Helps onto Rikosh and Finchua as well, chiming in on all of those. So it's a patient play there from Empire. They bleed out ultimates from Orb, and then they go in hard with Shadow.
Definitely an excellent trade there. Kind of trading, you know, one alt for the other alt. I believe that... I don't remember who used their ult on Orb's side, but Shadow definitely taking it home with the blade.
He works wonderfully there, and now they're trying to keep up the pressure. They throw in the bomb. The dragons are out as well, but that wall from Jakarion enough to keep most of the team safe.
Oh, that's huge!
Root chop. How you keep doing this? He's onto the McCree now and gets the double kill with the Deadeye. Phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, that was really well timed. I mean, we saw the bomb come in, we saw the Primal Rage come in, and we saw the dragons come in, all from Empire here to kind of try to push Orb out of their position. But Brute Chop just kind of hid in the little stairwell, and as Empire was retreating, he was able to clean up with some really good kills that staggered Empire away, you know, and it's gonna solidify Orb's position onto the control point. So
they do use the amp matrix there to little gain, and now they've lost their tank line as they were pushing forward.
Oh my
so
God.
Empire looking to punish them off of that mistake. The hook in on the healers are going low for Orb, and the payload gonna keep moving here.
We have May on the back line. Jakarion has their ult,
but they know he's back there and they're fine.
Yeah, they're just gonna wrap around, gonna try to get the ult. Kind of a desperation. Here it goes. That's gonna get a couple.
It freezes up 2, and the blade gonna get mostly stymied by that transcendence from Budget ML7. Still, the kills seem to be going in Empire's direction. They'll hook the kill, and they're gonna finish it easily. Ooh. It was a good Blizzard, but the rest of it just fell apart.
It was just not... I personally think, you know, it's obviously a great Blizzard getting a couple, but there was too much pressure in front of it because Carrion had to wrap around as opposed to Blizzarding from in front of our team. Wasn't able to get enough presence on the payload to kind of get people off of it and provide cover for his own team. Jakarion defending there, you know, behind the payload when he was on the other side. So anyone that just rotated back around or was straggling was able to pick him off. And Blizzard was effective, but Jakarion was not able to take advantage of it to its fullest. And neither was the rest of his team because it was kind of far away. So beautiful pushes there from Empire. Really only stopped a couple times. And they took about 30 to 45 seconds to push through after they talked with their team and figured out exactly what they needed. So they started off strong with like 5 or 6 ultimates, and were able to, I think they were able to apply them over Orb's kind of lacking ult charge. You know, not lacking in skill or anything, but just that huge initial advantage overwhelmed Orb to the point where put them in a position of an extreme uphill battle, not something that a normal team could even over. So I think great play from Orb to stall them as long as they did, but Empire had a really big advantage in the fight, and they're so even that's different.
I mean, I think one of the other big things to think about here is they got Brute Chop off of the Widowmaker, and they had some momentum there. They were on a little bit more of a divey setup for most of that map, and I think it works well for them, well enough that they're going to go back to it here on the defense for point A. Finchu rolling in on the Wrecking Ball, and Rikosh already winning the duel against Shadow by like just knocking him right off the map. Ooh! And that rocket onto NKN from downtown.
Orb looking extremely strong on the point here. Continuum attempted to contest, but probably going to be forced off by all this damage.
They have managed to chime back in with a couple of kills. They fell back, they collapsed onto Finchu, and they have a chance here, but Brute Chop taking out Junk Panda might be the end of things here. Shadow and Pseudo not ready to give it up though. Shadow on this Genji just getting the dash resets and, you know, in part helping his team turn that one around.
That was looking pretty desperate there for Empire, but some key picks definitely made that fight go their direction. One tick for Orb, though, that's going to make each fight easier and easier, so they're going to have to be careful with their presence on the point with their current composition.
That's absolutely true, and now the first ultimate's really coming online. Rikosh going to be the first one there with the rocket barrage. Still kind of hovering from far away, looking for that long-range poke damage at the moment, and Brute Chop going to be the one to open things up. Gets the kill onto Junk Panda, so the sound barrier going to be committed by Pseudo to keep them in the fight. It's not enough though, as Shadow and Hey both fall, and now it's just down to the cleanup for Orb.
Yeah, it's not going to be too difficult for Orb to clean up here. Not nearly as much stall as before from Empire possible, so they're going to be able to go all in, and Orb takes the first point. So let's see what happens next here.
Right now, it's Orb pushing up pretty aggressively. They want to continue to get stagger kills, and they are on the verge of getting some of them. Shadow running for his life at the moment is able to make it out alive, so good chance to regroup here for Empire, push back in, but they're going to be coming into several ultimates, 3 available for both teams at the moment, but the Primal and the Bomb about to be ready for Empire.
Definitely having Orb predicting them coming onto the high ground here. I mean, that's what I would do, so Mirage gonna stymie their push.
Yeah, gets a double kill before going down, gets res back up as well, so a decent start in the Blade for Shadow. Not finding anything, even with the nano boost, he just can't find the targets, but NKN just might be able to, breaking out the visor here. Looks like Empire are going to be able to hold and push back Orb.
Honestly, the cart didn't go that far.
No, I mean, they got most of the way through the point. We're kind of in one fight territory. If you're your Orb, you need to win one more clean team fight to capture point C, but if the cart rolls back a little bit further, then that could definitely change.
Yeah, thanks for putting my short thought into long form. I appreciate that.
That's my job. NKN gets slammed on and will be taken down by Finshu, who's controlling the high ground nicely right now as Orb pushing in. They've got a 2-man advantage, but the Primal Rage from Akay just buying some time, creating some chaos for her team to operate in. But the health bars for Empires are just dwindling time and time again, and Rikosh, that's a wonderful barrage there to more than likely close it out.
Yeah, AK looking for some stall here onto the point. The res gonna be out and just revive Rikosh. 3.5 minutes, or almost 4 minutes left for Orb to push on to last here. With a couple, 2 or 3 more fights, I think they definitely have a strong possibility of finding that. We've seen a lot of dominant plays from Rikosh on the Pharah. Not a ton to contest with Pharah besides Soldier, and honestly I feel that Soldier is worse than the Curry at Pharah.
Yeah, well,
just because of the burst damage.
Well, NKN is going to pick up the gunslinger after all, so now he does have a little bit more burst damage to try to put some pressure onto Rikosh. But Brute Chop, once again, in on the flank, shooting in from behind, is going to take down NKN, and he's looking for more. Shadow going to have to step out to go deal with the pesky Widow, but in the meantime, Jakarion chiming back in. The trades are gonna favor the defense at the end of the day, but they still need to commit the sound barrier and the blade to finish this fight.
Interesting. I feel like the sound barrier was a really good play. The blade is a little contentious, I think. I mean, definitely important to clean up the rest of the team, but there was only 2 of them left, so
yeah, I don't think they need it.
Yeah, I think it could have been put to better use, despite it doing its job effectively. We may see Shadow switch here, but
yeah, that's going to be the case, especially with Orb going over to the GOATS lineup here for the final point. He's going to go over to a Doomfist of his own. I believe the first time we've seen him on that hero so far. And the hook in on Afichu, the bomb in the back, sets up a nice kill. They get it onto budget ML7, and now the kills are coming in nicely for Empire.
Yeah, that was a beautiful bomb. It made the Reinhardt turn around. And that's the most important thing you can do with a bomb against a comp like GOATS.
and they just had so many, boops. The punch from Shadow, the sound wave from Pseudo, the pull from Akay to just jostle the members of Orb around, so that almost guaranteed someone was going to wind up hit by that bomb. They just had no control over their movement.
Yeah, they were really committed, and so that was great. Interesting. I really like the position Junk Panda is in here right now, just kind of hidden and tucked away. So, gonna be a big push from Orb though.
Yeah, they got the nano boost onto Finchu, and he's got the speed boost. He's just pushing forward aggressively. Gonna get the charge onto Pseudo as well. And now we're seeing a little bit why Goats was the meta for so long. They just barge forward, they barrel ahead, and even the nano boosted Doomfist can't really do much to stop them.
Man, there's still so many people alive on Orb here. What is... Oh, they're gonna try to bomb in though.
I mean, and it forces the Shadow and Akay away from the point for long enough for that cap to come through. And I love the strategic ship, the strategic switch there from Orb at the very end of the map. Goats is only going to be around for a little while longer, but they abuse it to its fullest right there on what is like one of the best points for that comp in the entire game.
Yeah, definitely something that they knew and took into account. They were just waiting for the time to make it happen. But you see the timers here. 1 minute for Orb with almost 2.5 for Empire. So the speed at which Empire capped could be the deciding factor in this match. But Orb having a huge kind of resurgence here that probably gave them a lot of confidence.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I think if you're Orb and you can come out here and you can get onto point A and push a little bit, I think you'll be feeling very confident. Because if you are Orb right now, you look at your first defense and you're like, that was a fluke. Brute Chop got caught off early on before we even set up, and it completely screwed us. So if we do things right, we'll hold them. So if they could come out here and put at least a number on the board, get it up to 4, I think they have a very good shot.
I agree. I'm excited to see what happens. We've got Hamster from Finchu on the offense. Definitely going to be looking to roam around the point, maybe get a bit of a scout in.
That might be the case, but he is going to stick on it for now there. They're just waiting to set up this dive. He and Jakari on looking to go in at the same time. He's going to get hacked up immediately, though. And Shadow gets the kill up on the high ground as well. Brute Chop never saw it coming. And that's going to be an easy first defense for Empire as they push them back. But they can't get too aggressive here.
Yeah, they really can't lose this fight. Orb still has like 4 or 5 people up. AK is now down and Continuum out of mech, so if this Pharah hits her shot, it's going to be able to clean up really easy.
She is hacked, though, so they're trying to get onto her, but Shadow can't quite get back there. Gets taken down, and now Rikosh is unleashed, and this is worst case scenario for Empire. The payload about to start moving any second now, and just how far will it go?
They definitely need to prepare for their second hold here. Looks like they're going to regroup almost to the second point and going to wait for their so all that Empire has to do is knock Orb off the cart long enough for overtime to expire. So if they can do that, they will be stopping their advance.
All right, here's the EMP. It hits onto 4, but it doesn't hit onto Rikosh. He gets the barrage off, and that keeps most of Empire from pushing forward. Shadow is still in the thick of things going for it.
There it
goes! You said it. You said it. They just had to get him off for a second. It happens. And that, despite losing point A, that's about as good as you could do there for Empire. At that point, you played that perfectly, and you now have a very good shot of winning the map.
I totally agree. I was a little, hesitant to say, okay, Empire can bring this back, but they did. They had an amazing EMP and were just really able to take Orb, uncontested by surprise. Like, who pushes at that corner? I almost never see anyone push there. but I think they.
No, I mean that's about the only position or the only time you would ever do it when you're you're in the overtime situation. So you're just like, we need to win the fight. We need to win it now. We've got EMP. Let's go. That's exactly how it works out for Empire. And I gotta say, I'm not sure that they even would have won the ensuing team fight. But they do enough to force Orb off of the point. That's all they had to do. So right. now they just got to attack.
Right. They had Ball, they had Lucio, they had Sombra, all these kind of CC abilities to be able to just make it so Orb can't stay on the point. So really great job. Let's move on to the next round and see what Empire can do on attack.
They're going to be running into pretty interesting composition here. The bunker setup with the Torbjorn and the Mei out. Kind of reminiscent of the Clockwork Vendetta composition here for Orb. They get the hook and the DMEC onto Continuum early, and now Akay going in deep gets frozen up and deleted.
Definitely a delete there. A couple people left from Empire on the high ground, trying to take out the supports, but they should definitely be getting back to their team, as it looks like Suto is on that way. Maybe trying to get a cheeky boop here onto one of Orb's players.
And he gives up on that pursuit, realizes it was a fruitless endeavor, skates his way out of there to regroup with the rest of Empire, who are changing things up a little bit. Okay, over onto the Orisa, and they're going with kind of a longer range poke composition here. Continuum picking up the Ash here for a triple DPS setup.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of damage. That turret's in a really sneaky spot, so they're going to have to take that out before they commit too hard to the point. I'm not sure what's going to happen here.
Orb already pushing in onto the point, and they get a nice hook onto a K. No main tank remaining for Empire. They've still got some high ground control and are poking. They're very dangerous with these DPS picks, but another perfect halt hook combo there from Finchu and Rikosh, and they put an end to that push.
NKN is really looking to get
Oh, no.
Oh, there's a boop onto Rikosh. Oh, there's another one. Whoa! This has to be where they push. This has to be where they go.
I mean, if you can't blow this now, the Blizzard is going to come out from Jakarion, only going to freeze up the main tank of K, and that's not going to be enough. The Nano Barrage from Shadow, that'll do it, folks. And Empire going to get point A at least. They've got 30 seconds here. Can Orb put together a push? They've got people at the very far back spawns. They just lost Jakarion.
They have to get there. They have to get there. They are so close. They're not going to make it.
It's Finchu, Rikosh, and
yeah, they're not going to make it.
No one's going to get there to touch.
Oh, well, Empire Gaming taking map 4 on Numbani, going to the tiebreaker. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm afraid you are actually wrong.
Oh
no! we play the 4 map sets here.
I wanted to see a 5th map.
That is unfortunately where we're gonna have to leave things here tonight. It was a wonderful set of Overwatch, a back and forth affair, and a really excellent play coming in there at the very end from Shadow. I mean, the hero moment to get that boop. Things were starting to look a little desperate for the side of Empire at the end there. But he completely turns that around, basically not single-handedly, but that play gives them the point that they needed.
Yeah, that when I saw that, I was like, okay. Roadhog goes down, Rikosh off the ledge. That's a good push. And then we see the Orisa go down off the ledge, and it's just like, that's it. You know, that's so huge. It's just it's inconceivably effective. Like, you can't win. So great job there from Shadow.
That was a phenomenal series to watch and a phenomenal series to cast. And joining us to tell us a little bit more about what it was like to play in that series is Finchu. How are you doing?
Oh,
hold on.
I think it's Rikosh.
Yeah, no.
Never mind. That's my bad.
Well, yeah, we have Rikosh here, who is, of course, the one who just got booped off the point.
I was so depressed.
I'm so sorry.
What are the comms like in a moment like that?
So everyone's happy because we just won the fight, and then the boop happens, and then it's just like everyone just kind of goes quiet down.
Yeah.
Not a great moment.
No, I can imagine, but there were plenty of great moments throughout the series for you guys. I mean, I would say it was a very kind of back and forth affair the entire way. Is there anything that kind of stands out from that series? That you noticed over the course of it?
Not really. It's just we as a team, we haven't really been practicing as much, so there's a lot of sloppy play where there normally isn't. So I feel like if we had a rematch, we'd definitely do a lot better.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to be mean or anything, but that kind of jives with what we saw, where it was a lot of like individual plays that I thought were where you guys were having your biggest moments. Brute Chop would pop off at times, definitely on the Ash at least, and the Widowmaker on Junkertown. But just having a little bit of trouble in other moments. But is the current meta something that you guys are still trying to figure out? You said you haven't necessarily practiced that much recently. Is it still kind of a learning period for your team?
Oh yeah, we're still trying to discern what the best meta for us will be, what we want to run, and how we want to effectively do that. So we're still experimenting quite a little bit.
I can imagine, and I'm curious if what the kind of short-term and I guess long-term goals for your team really are. What are you guys shooting for at the moment?
Right now, we're mostly just shooting for getting into more tournaments, gaining some notoriety in the scene, and then hopefully the main huge goal we have is to get into trials for contenders, which is obviously a ways away.
Yeah, absolutely. We're still pretty far removed, so you've got plenty of time to iron out the kinks. It was a fantastic series to watch here tonight. You guys really put on a show, and I want to thank you for joining us for the post-game interview, and give you an opportunity here to give any shout outs, anybody that's helped you, or really anything that you'd like to talk about.
Well, I gotta give a shout out to my friend Richard for letting me use his computer for tonight, because mine kind of kicked the bed, so I'm kind of using his PC at the moment.
Well, but it's so nice.
Shouts out to Richard.
Yeah, dude.
Coming in clutch for Orb and for your buddy Finchu. So thank you very much. And
we have Rikosh. Rikosh is here.
Oh my god, I did it again.
Well, Finchu had a star performance too. So yeah, thanks for joining us, Rikosh. It's been great having you, and good luck with the rest of the series.
Yep, thanks for having me.
All right, well that's going to bring us to the end of our broadcast here tonight. Before we go, we do have the results of that viewer MVP poll that we were talking about, and coming into tonight, picking up the most votes is going to be Continuum from Empire Gaming. So congratulations, Continuum. You definitely earned that honor here tonight. Fantastic tank play all around coming into tonight from Empire, and this was a phenomenal series to watch, and I'm glad we got the chance to cast it together, Moshi.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying casting for All-Star Esports, and it's been great. I've cast with you last time, and this is only my second time here, so glad to be part of it. Looking forward to casting and participating in more events, future tournaments. So,
all right. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight. So thank you all for joining us at home. As always, I've been your caster, Shy Guy. You can find me on Twitter at ShyGuyOW. Moshi, why don't you tell the people where they can find you?
Well, my name is Moshi Man. You can find me on Twitch at Moshi Man. I don't stream, but you can find me there. So, enjoy.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you next time here at Star Esports.